Hey all, hello and welcome, Tony Bing here. For this beginner's guide video we will look at the one and only Rocket Raccoon. Now he is a great little hero and various different skills he has provides a huge amount of variety in regards to the playstyle you can have with him. You can go down the straight gun route, or if you want you can mix it with his actual gadgets such as his turrets, or you can even call in Groot as well, which is pretty fantastic. But what we'll do for this video, we'll look at his primary attributes and offensive and defensive traits first. We'll also check out his resource because he does have a special resource. We'll then check out a few of his costumes, and some of them are actually pretty great as a little spoiler. And then we'll look at his signature and ultimate, and finishing up we'll do two gameplay run throughs. The first one we'll check out his gun skills, and the second one we'll check out all his gadgets and his summons. So first up, let's look at his attributes, traits and his resource. So we'll start off here by looking at his offensive trait, and this is Crafty Space Raccoon, pretty awesome name. Now with this you gain a base damage of 25% for summon powers. His archetype of course would have to be Tactician, meaning he gains a bonus to energy and intelligence attributes. You want to go for intelligence because it has a crit damage rating on it. For his defensive trait you have Razor Sharp Reflexes, so this is pretty great. With it you're able to see enemies on the minimap. You have a 3% flat dodge chance. His archetype is Nimble, meaning he gains a multiplier from both deflect and dodge. For his resource, he actually has two. It's ammo and shield. So the primary resource is plasma ammo. This does not naturally regenerate. When it's fully drained, it rapidly regenerates at a rate of 20% per second, meaning you've got 5 seconds downtime until it regenerates. So in that downtime you can actually use a basic, or you can actually plant some turrets because they don't actually consume plasma ammo, so that's quite interesting in that regard. The secondary resource he has is shield capacity. So with this he's got a shield on him, and when this is actually available it absorbs a portion of incoming damage, so that can be quite useful, and it's actually a skill we can use to buff it even further as well, and we'll look at that later on in the actual video. But next up, what we'll have a look at is we'll check out some of his costumes. The first costume we'll look at here then is his Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel Now costume. This was recently given a visual update and it does look really quite nice. Next costume we look at, this is a personal favourite of mine. We've got the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 movie costume, and with this you'll summon a movie variant of Groot as well, so that's pretty great. Finishing up we have what is possibly my favourite costume in the game, for the simple reason it has Baby Groot. He's awesome. What's there not to love? Look at him there, he's absolutely fantastic. So what we'll do now anyway is we'll have a look at the signature and ultimate. For the signature then we have a skill called Hadron Enforcer. Now if I'm not incorrect, then I believe this is a weapon that he quickly assembles at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 1 to blow up Ronan the Accuser. So that's pretty great, a little nod to the movie. I do like that. Now it's large energy damage packet, so it's pretty simple. However, through the use of talents you can actually up it to 2 charges, so if you save both of those charges for a boss you can really whittle them down pretty quick, so it can be really quite nice. It's a huge area and the actual graphic on it looks really nice as well to add on to that. Now next up we'll have a look at his ultimate skill. For the ultimate we have a skill called Mech Fall. So with this he'll jump into a large mech, and it's seen here rather awesomely. It's a Thanos Buster mech suit. Now with this you will be able to fire off basic phasic cannon shots. You can do a mech dash through the enemy. You've also got missiles you can fire at them, and on top of that you have a rocket jump as well. Now with any transformation skills such as this, if you have any dots or you have any summons, cast them before actually casting the ult, because you don't have access to them during the animation. So if you cast them all before, they can all be doing your damage while you're doing the damage from the ultimate as well. So that's something quite important and something to definitely keep in mind. So with us having covered the signature and ultimate, what we'll do is start to look at some of his skills next. So for the first gameplay run through we'll look at all his gun skills. So we start off here by looking at his main spender, and this is Photon Minigun. Now the longer you actually fire this, it gains a damage bonus up to 40%, because it's 2% for 5 seconds per shot, and it stacks up to 20 times. Now I'll quickly mention he's actually got 2 other skills that can be used as main spenders. One of them's a basic, the other one's actually an AoE skill, but we'll cover them in the next run through coming up. The next skill we look at in this particular section anyway is M78 Plasma Launcher. Now with this, it will do damage in a large area, and it actually leaves a dot as well. It has slow, and you can fire off 2 of these. You can actually see them on the elites that I'm fighting right now. You can see all the crackling energy, so it looks really quite nice. The next skill is Gravity Mine, and this one is your vulnerability applicator, and it will also pull all the enemies together, so it's good to fire off a Gravity Mine and then follow up with the Plasma Launcher when they're all grouped for the dot and the damage from it. The next skill, this one's Heavy Gauze Rifle, so you're firing a shot from a heavy assault rifle. Just standard damage it does, but on top of that it actually buffs the base damage of your gun powers by 10% for 10 seconds as well, so that's really quite nice there. The next skill we have is H7 Fleet Slayer. So this is pretty awesome. It's a quad barrel tactical nuclear launcher, and with the quad barrel it's actually got 4 charges as well, and it does a nice amount of damage. So these are good to actually store up for any bosses or elites. The next skill we'll look at is one of my favourites in the entire game, and this is Warpath. So normally you would summon Groot, but with a particular talent, as you can see right now, you actually have Groot jump on top of you. This is for baby Groot, he jumps on your shoulder. If you have adult Groot, then you jump on his shoulder, but I really do love this. Little things like this are fantastic, I like it a lot. The one thing I will mention about it is functionally it's not fantastic because you can't stand still when you're using it. So if you use it on a boss, you run past them, you need to turn round. So from a min-max perspective it's possibly not the best skill, but from a hell yeah this is fun perspective, then it absolutely is fantastic. The final skill we look at for Rocket is a pretty great one. It's Big Flarking Gun. So with this is your main trash cleaner. It's a huge cone area, and it works as a dot and also slows the enemy as well. So really nice skill there, but we'll fire them all off to take down Shocker. You can see he's nice and mobile and he burrows under the ground as well, and that actual skill will regenerate 100% of his plasma ammo. That's something I should mention and is quite relevant. But that's Shocker down, so what we'll do next is we'll look at the summon and turret side of things, and this is pretty great as well. So the first skill we'll actually look at here will be My Friend Groot, and you can see we've just called him in there, and because we have the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 movie costume, it's adult Groot. If you're wearing the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 costume, you'll summon baby Groot and he runs around with a little blaster, which looks pretty fantastic, but because I showed them off in the last section I figured I would show off the adult Groot in this section. But with this you'll summon him in and he'll do various different damage attacks. When you use this skill again, it'll direct Groot towards the actual enemy you're facing at the time, and he'll roll towards them and do another damage attack as well on top of that. Now, looking at the spenders you actually use here, we slightly touched on this in the last section, and we looked at one of these spenders, a minigun. The 2 spenders were shown off here. The first one is Photon Pistols, which is your basic skill, so this can be good if you don't want to manage his resource. The second one is Heavy Plasma Rifle, which will consume plasma ammo, but it has a 15% bonus critical hit damage, and it actually does a lot of damage over an area as well, so it's a really good skill if you can maintain it. Now what we'll look at is his various gadgets, and he does have quite a few of them. The first one is a blaster turret, and through talents we can place 3 of these at a time and they'll fire off energy damage. On top of that you can use talents to have them fire off missiles or else railgun bolts as well, so that can really be quite nice. The next turret that we look at is the suppression turret. So with this it will stun and also weaken the enemy over a large area. And on top of that, through talents you can actually link them all together, so if you drop them close by you can have an electrical field that links them all and stuns the enemy, so it's pretty great, and it's good for creating choke points and levels. You can see it here just now, the electricity pulsing away there just down at the bottom, so that's pretty awesome. The final turret we'll look at is Time Warp Turret. So with this one it is pretty basic. It will slow the enemy, but it actually slows projectiles as well. and when the duration is up, if it's actually destroyed, it does a large damage packet as it self-destructs, so it can be pretty useful. It's a nice utility skill there. Now, on the subject of utility skills, the final one to look at here is Shield Booster. So the shield, which we talked about before, which is your secondary resource, when you activate this it will generate it all the way back up to 100%, and also regenerate at 15% per second for 5 seconds, and it also gives you 50% damage absorption, so it can be really useful if you're in a tight fix. But there we go, Doc Ock's down, the awesome Rocket Raccoon and Groot managed to take him out, easy peasy there. So as always, I hope this beginner's guide was useful. If there's any suggestions for the next hero you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all again soon enough.